Ever wonder how a tiny moment of joy could become your greatest crime? I only wanted to feel beautiful, just once. But that one choice changed everything. The grand hall stood hollow, heavy with silence. No lord, no lady. The steward had vanished into the wine cellar. The cook, gone to market. For the first time in months, the castle breathed without witnesses. And in that breath, I came alive. Sunlight streamed through stained glass, painting the cold floor in shards of crimson and cobalt. My bare feet slid across those glowing tiles, and just for a heartbeat, I wasn't a servant. I was royalty. I let go. Arms raised high, I spun, once, twice. The hem of my rough, gray dress sweeping like silk. My head tilted back. Laughter, quiet and foolish, bubbled up from somewhere untouched. I'd watched the real ladies glide across this very floor, heads high, gowns sweeping, and I wanted it, just once, to feel like it was mine. My hair tumbled loose. My chin lifted, like I was born to be bowed to. I danced faster, swallowed by the dream. And that's when the voice sliced the air behind me. How dare you? Some silences end with whispers. Mine shattered like a whip across bare skin. How dare you? The voice hit me like a dagger between the shoulder blades. I didn't turn. I froze, as if movement might make it worse. But her footsteps echoed anyway, slow and heavy, until I had no choice but to face her. Lady Eleanor stood in the archway like judgment itself, wrapped in gold, blazing like fire, her lips a cruel slash across her face. Behind her, two maids hovered like shadows. I recognized them both. Girls I worked beside. Girls who must have seen me, then run to fetch her. I couldn't breathe. She stepped forward, each click of her heel carving into the floor like a countdown. "You forget yourself," she said coldly. Barefoot on my floors, twirling like some baron's daughter. "My lady, I didn't mean. You meant to mock us. You meant to dream higher than your hands are meant to reach." She began circling me slowly, like a lion around prey. And in this house, such dreams carry a steep price. I shook my head. Tears threatened, but I held them back. It was just a moment. I was only playing. She leaned in close, her breath icy against my cheek. "This is not a ballroom," she whispered. "It's a lesson. And you, girl, will learn it with every touch." There were 4 maids now, surrounding me. And what came next wasn't a warning. It was punishment. These were the same girls I washed linens with, shared bread with, laughed with in quiet corners of the kitchen. But now their faces were hard, blank, trained on me like I was something filthy beneath their boots. "Strip her shoes," Lady Eleanor ordered, her voice sharp as broken glass. I stumbled back, but hands were already grabbing me. Familiar hands now turned iron. My shoes were yanked away. The cold stone kissed my feet like a curse. I twisted, trying to pull free, but there were too many. "Hold her down," she said. One girl seized my wrists, forced them above my head. Another pinned my ankles apart. I thrashed, breath ragged, heart thudding like a war drum. But it was useless. I wasn't a dancer now. I was a trapped animal. They forced me flat against the same glowing tiles I'd danced on moments earlier. My dress was shoved just high enough to bare my legs and stomach. Shame boiled inside me, but I had no way to hide. Lady Eleanor crouched beside me, her gown folding like liquid gold around her knees. Her expression? Serene, almost gentle, but her eyes burned. "So elegant before," she murmured. "Let's see how you move now." And then her fingers reached for my foot. Her hand hovered above it, just inches away, and I still prayed, foolishly, that she might change her mind. She didn't. The first touch was barely a whisper, a single fingertip gliding across the arch of my soul. I jerked violently, a sharp gasp escaping my lips. My body betrayed me before I could even fight it. Lady Eleanor tilted her head, smiling with cruel interest. "Ticklish, are we?" I bit down on a cry, but it was too late. The reaction had already revealed everything. She didn't speak again. She didn't need to. With slow, deliberate focus, she began to stroke the base of my foot, teasing the skin with maddening precision. Her nails dragged lightly across each curve and crease, finding every soft, helpless place. My legs kicked, My back arched, and a laugh, raw and unwilling, burst out of my throat. It echoed. Her expression bloomed with satisfaction. "Oh yes," she purred. "This will do perfectly." And behind her, I heard movement. Soft footsteps. The others were coming. Not to help, but to join. They dropped to the floor without hesitation, one on each side, as if they'd rehearsed it 100 times. Girls who'd shared meals with me laughed in the scullery. Now they pinned my ankles, each gripping a foot with quiet, practiced strength. Lady Eleanor gave a nod, and the storm began. 10 fingers exploded across both feet, scratching, scribbling, dancing like devils. I screamed with laughter, loud and frantic, the sound rising uncontrollably as I thrashed against their grip. One girl dragged her nails beneath my toes, while another teased the edges of my heels, slow and merciless. A third dropped beside my hips, fingers sinking into my sides, circling my belly, fluttering across my skin like fireflies made of knives. Another straddled my thighs, her fingertips drilling into the hollow of my stomach, then crawling up toward my ribs. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't speak. My body convulsed as if possessed. Above me, another girl grabbed my wrists tighter, holding me flat against the stone, while Lady Eleanor watched. Calm, composed, devouring every second. "Hold her firm," she commanded softly. "Let her body confess what her mouth won't." I laughed until there was no sound left. My lungs burned. My muscles twitched violently with every second of contact. My vision blurred with tears. Their fingers never stopped. They moved in waves, relentless and expert. I kicked, pleaded, begged, all useless. The only language they listened to was how my body reacted. Lady Eleanor leaned in, her voice like silk wrapped in ice. "Still feel like a lady?" Lady Eleanor raised her hand. Instantly they stopped. The room fell into a strange stillness, like the echo after thunder, sharp and hollow. My body dropped limp against the floor, every muscle trembling, lungs clawing for air. Sweat clung to my skin. My voice was gone. My pride scattered. I couldn't lift my head. I couldn't meet their eyes. I just lay there, broken across the stone like a forgotten thing. Lady Eleanor stood, her gown swept around her like a curtain falling on the final act. Her face gave away nothing. No rage, no cruelty, just silence. "Let this floor remember your place," she said coldly. "And should you ever dance again, think first of how easily we make a body sing without music." She turned and walked away. The other girls followed, quiet as ghosts. No smirks, no looks, just retreating footsteps, vanishing behind the archway like the end of a storm. I stayed where I was, drenched, shaking, eyes wide open. They never spoke of it again. The floor was cleaned, waxed, shined until every trace of me vanished. I was given tasks, and I did them. I obeyed. I moved like a shadow through rooms that once held light. But something had changed. I still danced, only in my mind. Quiet, hidden steps no one could touch. I waited, watched, endured. And one day, when the perfect moment came, I walked out of that house. Because I was not their furniture. And I was never theirs to break.